Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and I've got some really cool stuff to show you guys in this video. You might want to keep your eye on the screen. A lot of things could fly by, and you might miss it. But before we jump into it, I had a great time with those guys who come by here. Gem Mint, Unlisted Leaf. Gotta catch them all, collectibles, Pokenomics, old school Pokemon. We had a blast. And then got to see him again the next day at Collecticon. I enjoyed meeting all of you. This stuff here, this is all stuff that I got off of PWCC. They had a lot of Cantonese, or I believe it's the exact same as Chinese. Not really sure, but I believe it is. They just label us Cantonese, and then everyone else labels it as Chinese. But these are really cheap. There was so many of them going. But anyways, I had a lot of fun meeting all you there, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about a few of the experiences I had. I'll show you guys some of the stuff that I bought, some pickups. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a rap fan at all. I don't, in general, I don't listen to rap music. I can get into the beat of some of it, but it's not my thing. And so when Vanilla Ice jumped up there, I was like, oh, this will be alright. It's kind of, it's kind of cool. I remember Ice Ice Baby and that kind of stuff. But he started playing. He did a really good job. I was really surprised. And probably the treat for me most was seeing my wife jump up on the stage with him, and she was up there dancing. I could tell she was having a ball. And the reason we even had an opportunity to do that was when we were walking in, we saw this huge line. I'm like, all right, let's go get to the back of the line. And Pokemon Radar walked up and he was like, nah, man, we'll get you in. So he went inside and grabbed me one of these and just walked us straight in. So that was awesome. So thank you, Pokemon Radar. And then later on, we saw Shiv, not Shivam, I'm not sure how he says it, and then he ends up getting us some of these all-access passes, so we were able to be, backstage and, meet, well, I didn't, but my wife, she did meet Vanilla Ice, and then we got to see a lot of those guys back there. There was the Pokeju Bowdangers, I think that was it, man, she had a really cool binder, and a few other people that we ended up meeting. Unlisted Leaf, he was up there signing stuff all day. The real VIP. This is something I picked up at Ruxin's booth. I don't know if I think it was his buddies. I can't remember his name, but he sold me this for $400. So I got a Metal Raiders First Edition Booster Pack PSA 10. I really like Metal Raiders. You guys have heard me talk about that before. It's definitely my favorite set overall. I like opening Labyrinth of Nightmare the most, but Metal Raiders just, that is definitely my favorite set. It connects me back to the original game. Here's a few more codes. Here's some stuff that this is some stuff that I bought. Somebody reached out. Got the Dratini, Espeon, Eevee, and then Umbreon. Slowly but surely adding to that PSA 10 collection. I was going to show you guys this stuff. I think I'll save this for last. We got some good stuff right there. Let's see what else we have in here. Here's a consignment. So these are all for CS7. This is some French stuff. So we have French Alakazam, Chansey, Hitmonchan, Machamp, Magneton, and Mewtwo. All of them CGC 9. And then all of them first edition. These, I believe, should have went up. Or they may be going up. I can't remember. So sometimes people request certain days. Like I have somebody, one of these two people, they requested a Saturday at like 3 o'clock. Got Cynthia's Ambition, got Espeon VMAX, got the Gengar VMAX, got a Karen 9, got a Mudkip Gold Star, just throw it in there. Got a Rayquaza VMAX, and then we have the Umbreon VMAX. I'm curious to see what this one will. Had a lot of people talking about this card, lately, saying they're surprised at how consistent it has been, at that 700 plus price range. It is a little surprising, but then again, I mean, it is a really nice card if you're looking at it. Alright, next up, we have half of a card. We actually have this right here, this Jumbo. You can see it's the Gem Mint 10 Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars. I had ordered several of these. I was going to try to grade it myself, but Mr. Z, maybe that's Shiny Master TCG or Z Shiny, he said, thank you. Enjoy the Jumbo PSA 10. I paid $400 for this one. He had mentioned the thing where I had talked about paying $500 at the very beginning, but this has been out for a little bit, and I had bought a couple to grade myself. So, but I was still willing to pay pretty close at the $400 mark. So thank you for that. I do still need the sealed version. So if you have a sealed one in PSA 10 that's been graded, that would be interesting to see if they'll do that. And of course, I would be interested in buying. Here's some more stuff that I picked up at the con. So a lot of these are first edition original Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are ultra rare. So the way ultra rares work in Yu-Gi-Oh, so if you have a booster box, which is typically 24 packs, there are a few that are 36 for the hobby. And in fact, I'm going to show you one of those. You get one ultra rare per 12 packs, and it's pretty consistent. So if you bought a box of 24, almost every time you're going to get 2. It's possible that you only get 1, and I've heard of some getting 3, but most likely you're going to get 2. So you basically have a 1 in 12 chance of pulling this. And a Labyrinth of Nightmare pack, it's one of those retro packs, vintage, kind of like like a Gym Challenge, Gym Heroes, something like that. But Labyrinth of Nightmare, I used to love this set. I liked cards like United We Stand, Mage Power. I've talked about them before. And so when you can get these in a decently high grade and like $50, and I think all the ones that were 50, I paid 50. If they were 75, I had offered 50. Yeah, it was something like that. So he gave me a little discount off of a lot of this stuff. Here's another ultra rare, the Fiend Mega Cyber. Here's the Mage Power. There's that one. Mirror Wall. This is from Pharaoh's Service. Super rares were twice as easy compared to the ultra rares you get. They were 1 in 6. So if you bought a booster box, you can expect of 24 packs, you can expect 4 ultra rares, or 4 super rares, 2 ultra rares, and then 1 secret rare. Sometimes, and it could go plus or minus 1 on any of those. And sometimes, if you had something really nice, you might get, thrown for a loop. But those are your typical pull rates. I used to love playing this one, the Goblin Attack Force. There's a version that has these. See this star right here? That star is in the background right there, instead of the Earth. It has Earth and has the writing, but instead of it being black, it's one of those stars. And I believe you can only get unlimited, but I'm not sure on that, so definitely don't quote me. Somebody out there could be like, yeah, you can definitely get on first edition, and I'd believe you, because, again, I'm not an expert on that. Magic Jammer, that one's from Metal Raiders. You got Chaos Command Magician, but that's from Magician's Force. Torrential Tribute, I used to love this card. I remember pulling one from a CVS pack. You used to be able to go in and you'd look at the packs, and if they had a little extra curve to them, it might be a super or ultra. And if they were really curved, then you're probably going to get a secret rare. But I remember grabbing this one from a pack back then. But pretty much what happens when this card is set as a trap, your opponent summons a card, it doesn't really matter how it's summoned. It could be regular, flip, special, and they would destroy every monster on the field. So it could basically wipe the field clean on your opponent's turn after they've used up their regular summon. And then he threw this one in for free. He said, hey man, I want you to give this away. Maybe you can find a better use for it. And so this is an LOB Blue Eyes White Dragon. And if you look, the foil is shifted down. That is something I believe you see typically on the reprints, right? I think this is a reprint. I can't tell for sure because up here it looks pretty good. Maybe it's one of those mid-tier prints because you don't see those little stars down here. But the foil pattern, the way it is, kind of tells me that it most likely is a reprint. But it's in pretty bad shape. It's got a 4. It's got the crease right there. So what we'll do is we'll give this away to someone in the comments. So if you made it 8 minutes in with me mostly showing Yu-Gi-Oh, congratulations. Now you can make a comment down in the down there in the comment section, and I will randomly select one of you to win an original Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's kind of like the Charizard for Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, we got a few more here. We got Royal Command. Got a Free the Matchless General. Creature Swap. I was probably spending more time on those things. Oh, I'm gonna do that one at the end. I went and got a couple cards signed by Eric Stewart, and he is the voice of Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh. He's kind of like the rival for Yugi. But this is my DDS Blue Eyes, and I had him sign the case. So I thought that was really cool. Had that one done. Then I also picked up a Time Wizard from Ruxin's Table. This one, well, no, it was the table beside of his. This one I offered $1,500 for. It's a Time Wizard, first edition from Metal Raiders. And I was definitely happy to get that. And what you see here on the outside, this is graded guard. And I'm going to show you why it would be smart for you to use graded guard if you plan on having your cards out and about here in a little bit. Alright. Now, before I continue into that, I did pick up this for $3,000. This is a Labyrinth of Nightmare first edition booster box, and this is a 36 pack box. There aren't many boxes on YuGiOh side that have this many packs in them, and so I think I have one already. I can't remember if it. I think it might be first edition, might be unlimited. I don't even know if they come in unlimited. It's like these nuances in Yu-Gi-Oh! I just don't have the same type of knowledge that I do in Pokemon. I wish I did, but maybe one day. But I was definitely happy to get that one. That one was from Ruxin's Table as well. I don't know if it was him or it was his buddy. And then the most money that I spent on a single item at the con was this right here. Got this from Old School Pokemon. He gave me a great deal at $4,000. I think he was asking $6,000, and then I said, or he might have said $5,000, but I said I'd give you $4,000, and I think he gave me a deal just because we're friends, we're buddies. But he might not have. Maybe he really did want to move it, but I was definitely happy to get this one. He got it off of, from what he said, PokeRef, so I imagine he probably got it around for $1,500 or so if it was the same time as myself. And I do have the other two that he picked up off of him. That was in that trade for all those pins, but I was happy to add this one to my collection, so I'm gonna set that one off to the side. Some really cool pickups there. And what I was talking about with the graded guard is with this right here. So these were the two cards I had signed by Kaiba, or by Eric Stewart. He's Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh, and then he's Brock in Pokemon. So you can see right there where he put Eric Stewart and he put Brock in there. He told me to make sure that, you know, it dries. And so I was like fanning the cards or whatever, and I was holding them, making sure it dried, because it costs like $50 to get these signatures. And so when I was doing that, I was waiting for Anna, because she was in line. She was going to go give Unlisted Leaf a hug. And while I was waiting, I dropped it. And that happened. That happened. Right there. It's like, no! It's like I can't even get it recased, because the signature is on the case. So I figured this was a learning lesson for myself, and it'll just stay in my collection like this because it doesn't affect the card. I know it just chipped off a piece of the plastic, but yeah, if I had used a graded guard, that wouldn't have happened, because it protects the edges. So if you guys are interested in these, you could probably reach out to him on Instagram, but I believe he has a website. It's probably Graded Guard. I'll try to remember to put a link down in my description for it. If I don't, you guys spam me with comments and be like, hey, here's my comment, you forgot to put the link down there for Graded Guard. And you can see right there, they actually like protect the front too, but they'll just pop right in there. I'm about afraid to put it in because I don't want to split the case on its way out, but yeah. And this one still has like the little plastic on the front. That would have helped it out quite a bit. Alright, and then the reason that all those guys were at my place in the first place was mainly because Dan was coming in and he was doing a deal, and I invited some of the other guys too, and then they ended up just kind of all riding together. And it's because I was buying these right here. For those of you who like to scan PSA stuff, if you want to be surprised, other than me turning it around, I guess you could scan these in and see what they are. But yeah, so I picked up 2 trophies. Got the number 2 trainer and the number 4 trainer. I got these from Gotta Catch 'Em All Collectibles, or Catch 'Em All Collectibles. I'm not sure which one he prefers to go by, but he's Dan. He's that big guy, the one who was towering over everybody else. So he sold me these 2. We almost made a deal for the full set, but it's probably a good thing I didn't, because they are expensive. And if you want to find out the price, then go check out his channel. I don't know when he's going to announce it, or if he plans, where he plans to talk about it, but I do know that he does plan to talk about it sometime, but I'm not going to spoil that on my channel. He did sell them to me, and I'm definitely happy to add these to my collection. I still have the number 3, now I just got to work on getting a number 1. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching as always.